If I've already secured my goal for the week, then I will let it ride until it stops going up. Normally I load my account every week with 10,000. I try to make 5 or 10 grand a week on my trades. I said, all right, I'll take a screenshot here. I can go over to my AI. I can post a screenshot. I call it my cash cow trades, which are trades that have momentum, trades that have a fresh catalyst within 6 hours. This is how you make a quick trading decision.
All right, folks, here we are on Trading Up. We've got Jamar James in the house. We've just done a fantastic interview. What he's going to do today is show you how he trades with AI to get 3-to-1, 4-to-1 risk to reward trades. We're going to dive into the price chart and have a look how that works. So welcome back to the show, Jamar.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's good to be back, and the market is still open, and we're still in trade, so it is a good time.
Well, let's have a look and see what you do then. So how do you trade with AI and a price chart? This is going to be insightful, folks.
Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Black Bull Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Black Bull Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. That's right, get either the Essential, Plus or Premium plans absolutely free, and all you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Black Bull Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below.
Right. And so, here, I split my screen up into two different screens here on Google Chrome, where you can actually add a screen. So I have my AI platform here on the left side, and on the right side, I have one of my main charts. And here, I say I trade with the order flow, which is an inflow, and also trade momentum. And so here on a 5-minute chart, when the market opened up, this is an opening range. It's giving me the opening range here in the first 15 minutes. I can see the high and the low of the market. And so I'm normally looking for a breakout above this level. I'm looking for an inflow of above 20%. This tells me that institutions are buying at the moment. So when the inflow is above 28%, and it's telling me that the bulls are in control here in this position. And so I've been holding this position all day, but when it comes to, looking for a trade, I have a screener here. I have a master list, and I look at the sectors. So, I have a, healthcare sector. I have a networking service. One of the things is that you can see that the momentum is coming in on the network servers like SMCI, Cisco, IBM, right? They're all green. And so I'll look through here and I'll see that, you got renewables, they're hot right now. I'll look for the green areas here. All the semiconductors are moving up. I use a lot of confluence, but if I didn't, I will actually just take a screenshot, and I have commands built into my AI. So real fast here, I'll say, all right, I'll take a screenshot here. I can go over to my AI. I can post a screenshot. This is how you make a quick trading decision. And I can tell it I have built-in commands, run cash cow trades, and I always give it a date and time, July 6th at 12:39 p.m. against the attached watch list. So if I was looking for a trade right now and I see a sector, or I'm looking at a particular sector, right, I have AI screen up here. It will give me, I call it my cash cow trades, which are trades that have momentum, trades that have a fresh catalyst within 6 hours. It'll take 1 minute or 2 minutes. As right now, it's running the cash cow trades at this time, and it's going to present a list of a few trades. And
so cash cow is your sort of like a agent within that you've created.
Right. So I created an agent in a project, which I have it on extended too. So that's another thing, is that when it's extended, it's going to take a little bit longer. Normally it can run in 1 minute if it's instant. But you see here, it says top cash cow trades. And cash cow means that I expect it to be higher the next day than they are today. So a lot of these are swing trades that have momentum. So right now, TSM is 456, is an A quality trade. It's saying, giving me a hold and giving me an entry, which also I can see the catalyst right here off the right here in front of me. And then it's also going to give me the best trade right now. So right now, the best trade is AVGO. While the market is going towards a close, I can take a look at HVGO, which is Broadcom. I can see my levels. So I can see that above 373, this is going to be my support level. And then this is going to be a cash cow trade, meaning that I plan to hold 2 to 4 days. I expect it to be higher tomorrow, but if not, I'm going to be willing to hold for the 2 to 4 days as a swing trade momentum. And it's telling me why it wins, fresh Apple partnership, and then also giving me a exit level, 365, which 365 is down here where it took off yesterday. This area here, which is a order block, a bullish order block here, and then today you had bullish order blocks at 374. So I know my support level is 374. I don't need to wait till it gets to 367. I will stump out if it drops below this level, but it's making higher lows, right? It made a low here today, now a higher low here, and now you have a higher low here, right? And this is looking at the 5 minute, and right here I have the outflow, but I have the bull pressure. So this is not a momentum trade for the day. This is a hold trade based on the, based on my strategy of 2 to 4 days, 2 to 5 days momentum. I like to hold overnight, and this gives me opportunity to be in a trade in 30 minutes to an hour. I can enter, and I anticipate holding for 1 to 3 days. Right, and so this is one way I use AI, just looking at the momentum of the market.
And how do you get into the trade? Are you looking to take a market entry or just looking for a certain price action pattern?
No, so I always take in the money trades. So if it's at 376, I'll give myself space. 374 is where I like to hold, because in options you will have decay. So I'll take a 374 in the money call, normally 2 weeks. It just depends if I want 2 weeks, or if they already have momentum and it's breaking out and it's early in the day, I'm going to take the same day ODT options expiration. I'm going to trade it for the momentum for the day.
And I see you've got a Heikin-Ashi candlesticks on there. What was the choice to move to Heikin-Ashi?
Because I trade momentum. So I want to trade the actual, the trend. So a lot of these that, this happened to just be a swing with something like HNGE, right, which is healthcare. I would trade this momentum going into here, take this trade, and it lets me know that the momentum is still in. And then when I start seeing red candles or bearish OB order block up here, it lets me know that the trend was in, right? When you trade candlesticks, sometimes you'll get wicked out using candles, right? I like the FEGs. These are order blocks, these green lines. So I have a particular operator that shows me when there's bullish order blocks coming in. So this lets me know that there's momentum throughout the day, also with the FEG. So I have fair value gaps that are developing, and I have these green order blocks letting me that institutions are buying still, right? And so institutions were buying all the way up here to 90. And then you had a starting to be distribution of profit taking going into the close. So that is, and here is my swing list for July and August. So these are the trades I plan on taking in July and August. Right?
Okay, so these are already sort of setting up for you, but you haven't got in the trade yet.
I haven't got into trade, so every day I'll take and I'll say which one has momentum, right? Like Hood, I've been in this trade since Thursday of last week, and we had order blocks. They're still buying, right? And here's a resistance, 119 to 120. I've been in since 108, and I can decide today, do I want to close or do I give it one more time? Because if I look at this is a chart, I decide that, hey, if I stay in or not. So right now, Meta is getting ready to take off. So 600 calls on Meta, something I was looking at, but I've come over here to Hood, right? I'm not going to get out of Hood until right? This 121 was my level of where it's going to go. And as long as it's above 101, it is still a buy. The momentum is up here on a 1 day. The momentum here is on the the smaller time frame, I'll call this the trigger. And on the 2 hour, right, I still had an inflow at 26%, meaning that institutions are still buying. And I still have order bands and order flow. So I have this inflow on a day at 20%. I said I like to keep it. As long as it's above 20%, I'm going to continue to hold. Right. And then here on a smaller time frame is 28. So this is a hold overnight still. And if I got in here at 109 the day before, which is Thursday, 109, 110, I'm going to keep holding as long as this is above these moving averages. And that's how and now the momentum is still here. Right? Nothing has changed with the momentum. You're going to go up and down throughout the day, but none of it has broke market structure. Everything is still trending up. So this 1 day trade that was momentum is turning into 2 day trades. It can turn into 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, right? There's no reason for me to sell it until it breaks structure.
And have you got a sort of like an upper cap of how much profit you'll take? Because you did mention 3 to 4 hour on in the podcast, but I'm just wondering if you now might even get a 6, 7 hour trade.
So I'll look at my P&L at the end of the week, and my goals are first. So if I have an opportunity to secure my goal for the week, I will take it. Otherwise, if I've already secured my goal for the week, then I will let it ride until it stops going up.
Okay, so that makes sense. And how do you determine your goal for the week? What's a typical goal for the week for you?
Normally I load my account every week with 10,000, and I know people are not going to really believe it, but 5 to 10 grand, 50% I try to make 5 to 10 grand a week on my trades. Right. So if anytime I get 100% on the 10,000 that I load up with, that is the goal for the week. Right.
That's a pretty good growth on an account. Like 100% is phenomenal. Hey, quick heads up before we keep going. Now, I managed to convince JJ to share with you guys a strategy that he's used in the past. This is the guy that taught me how to read price action and really understand how the markets work. It takes 7 minutes to learn. If you want to get access to it, there's a link in the description, or check out dynamictradersclub.com. Hey, look, Jamar, it's been fantastic having you on. This is a real insightful, different way from most of my guests to trade, even though you do mention like some ICT stuff in here. What's the best way for folks to find out more about you?
They can go to dcgchallenge.com. I have also a school community called AI Trading School, AI Trading School, SKOOL.com, and dcgchallenge.com. And that's really, I give anyone an opportunity to come trade with me live for 5 days, and I walk through my trades and what I'm thinking on those trades. You can take the trades with me, or you can just observe and learn how we trade momentum.
Brilliant. Well, folks, what we'll do is hook a link up to those in the show notes. Find them below the video here. What you want to do whilst you're down there is click subscribe, like, and that notifications bell, and we'll see you in the next one. As you know, I've interviewed hundreds of traders trying to find out what makes them tick and how to get that mindset 100% on point. None of them really gave me the solution, so I ended up creating it myself. It's called TraderZen. It's an app that you can use yourselves, and it covers things from affirmations, subliminals, hypnosis, NLP, breathwork, you name it, all tied into a micro trading journal, which is going to help you find out what you're struggling from, spot those mistakes, and then fix them in real time. And then every week, every day, you'll be on point with your trading. Trust me, it's improved mine tenfold. If you want to check it out, there's links in the description, or you can hit the QR code on screen.